Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Dirty Talk Vegas, where we talk to the bold, stories always unfold from the young to the old. Nothing's ever off limits to be told. With that being said, I am so happy to be back here with another episode for you all. It's been such a long time, kind of, since I've been able to come on here and actually broadcast with you guys. So much has happened. I've actually had a couple of failed recordings, failed attempts to get some interviews in. It's been very rough for me, so please bear with me. This time we will not have Carlucci on the show, but we will have her next time. We will have a special guest on the show. Dr. Love will be joining us shortly, so it's going to be a great show regardless, and we're going to be talking about relationships and stuff. So I just wanted to bring him on because a lot of times we listen to shows and it's just like, well, why is this person talking to us and they're not even in a successful relationship, blah blah blah. So it's like, yeah, I get it. Let's bring somebody on who is in a successful relationship. And a lot of times I do try to bring that element in of another person who can bring that perspective, because I understand, like, you don't always want to hear just one side, so why not bring those perspectives in? So I get it. So that's what we're gonna do. I have so we are having a little difficulties with the recording today. I can see that already. Possibly internet connections, and I'm not sure why I'm having internet connections, but actually I am sure why, because it's always something when it comes to me trying to record. A lot of times this is why I get so y'all don't even understand why it is so hard for me to get these shows out to you all. I am not in a studio. I am working 2 full-time jobs. I am between those times am trying to set up interviews, trying to link times with other people to make sure I'm on their time, these times. And I've had a lot of failed interviews, as I was saying before. I don't even know if that even got into this, and I don't even know if this is going to go through completely. I am about ready to not even go through with this recording, with this show, because I don't know if it's going to stop again, and I don't want this to be another failed interview of stopping and going, you know what I mean? But I have no control over the internet. So if it stops one more time, we're just not going to go through with this interview. Hopefully I will know within the next 15 minutes if it's going to go through or not. But y'all, this is why let me tell you, doing this podcast, I've been doing this for 6 years, y'all, and it's not easy, and it's very hard to come on here all the time and get these shows out, especially with life the way it is now. Before, I had time on my hands and it was just easy, but with the goals that I'm trying to accomplish now, making time to do shows it's extremely hard. It's extremely hard. So today, though, we are going to talk about relationships, and we're going to talk about, like, what is the hiccup. And I know I've talked to you guys about this before with other guests, but I really wanted to hone down on the real reasons, because y'all, I put myself out there recently just to see what's really going on in the dating world. So I set myself on a dating app just to see, like, how are men, interaction wise, like, what's going on. Lord, let me tell you, I can tell you right now, it's a game. It's a huge game of miscommunication. It's a huge game of people just not putting in the time and effort. It's a huge game of people being busy, like we all have our lives and we're very busy people. And I feel like society has put a lot on us to where we live these non-stop, on the go, go, go lives that it literally gives us no time. Like our schedules are so fucked, mine included. Like I work again 2 full-time jobs. I have certain days off. I have certain times, and in those certain times, I'm trying to link up with people and make time, and they're half-assed trying to make time too. But are they really? So, and then there's a lot of people out there who are like I said, half-assed trying to make time. So it's like they'll say things like, well, come meet me here. It's like, meet you where? Meet me at my house. Meet you at your house. No, I'm not going to meet you at your house. That's what I'm not going to do. And some people feel like that's okay to do, but fellas, I get it. You really don't want to spend money on ladies and stuff like that because you feel like, I guess, women are taking advantage of you and whatnot. But as a man, like, step up to the plate. Like, that's part of the fucking dating game. Like, we as women feel like you guys try to take advantage of us too. We know that, what you want from us. So we know it's a fucking game too. And we're in it too. So if you want to get to know us, if you want to be a part of our world, you're gonna have to start somewhere, and it's definitely not at the house. A lot of young guys are coming into the game and they think that's how it is because maybe they're coming out of high school and that's what y'all did in high school. Or maybe there's some females that get down like that, but for the majority of us females, we do not roll like that. Classy ladies do not roll like that. So pick up your game and step it up a notch. And if we're looking for husband material, we're not looking to come to your house. If we're looking for somebody to like fuck, maybe we're looking to come to your house. But that's not the majority for those that are on a dating app. For the ones that are on the dating app, I feel like they're looking for more than that, because we can find somebody to fuck on the streets. We can find somebody to fuck on Facebook, and we can find somebody to fuck anywhere. So if we're on a dating app, I feel like there's more to it, and I hear a lot of them guys saying like, why are these females like looking for money and da 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 da. So if they're on the dating app looking for money, then that means you're looking for sex. So they're coming straight for you. Like, okay, if you're looking for sex, I'm looking for money, period. So do with the program if that's what it is. So anyways, I'm going to ask Dr. Love what the hiccup is. What are we missing from females to males? And I know a lot of guys feel like people aren't getting married anymore, but I'm seeing couples getting married all the time. I'm actually going to a wedding tomorrow, and a couple people, some other people that I know just got married. So people get married all the time, and I also, I see it. I see it every day, all the time. That's all I'm gonna say. So we're gonna bring Dr. Love in any moment, and we're gonna find out what's really going on. Okay, all right. So now we're back in progress. We have Dr. Love in the house. Are you there, Dr. Love? Dr. Love, are you in the house? Okay, you're there, right? That was my bad. I thought I was recording and I wasn't recording. I've been having some technical issues today with the internet. It's been going back and forth. It still says you're trying to connect. Okay, you're connected. Whoop, whoop. Awesome sauce.
Let me back this camera up.
Okay, so I was just saying, like, also that welcome to the show. Welcome to Dirty Talk Vegas.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, I'm talking about relationships, and I wanted to bring you on because a lot of times people say, who is this chick think she is talking to us about relationships, and she's single, she ain't even married, so who
Yeah,
is she to tell us anything? But I'm always bringing on people to give a different perspective. So who else better to
right.
bring than Dr. Love, the lover himself, to add to it and let me know. And it's all right that we don't have the best of the quality of everything. All we need is the words, the wisdom from you to help me out with this, because there is a hiccup in the dating world today, and you don't have those
Yeah.
hiccups, obviously.
No.
We're just telling you congratulations.
Uh, Thank you.
So you're married?
Yeah.
You just got married?
No, no. I just posted the pictures.
You just posted the pictures. Oh, so we're late with it, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been fooling everybody. Everybody been thinking you're single.
No, it was our anniversary, so
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Dang, he's like 5 years in. Everybody thought he was single. Look how you do us. All right. So, so in all retrospect, tell us what is the hiccups that you think in this dating world today? Because I've been on dating apps, and I feel like, the main hiccup is timing, like people's time. Nobody
Mhm.
has time for anybody. Everybody's on this busy schedule. Um, and just nobody's making a conscious effort. And then everybody has um, in in my opinion, everybody has their ideal of who somebody should be, instead of just accepting, people for who they are, and then just trying to like work with them, instead of like saying, oh well, like I don't like this, like this isn't gonna work. Like, what do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel? Like,
So I agree with you on that. I feel today's problems are, well, so you said the dating app. With dating apps, depending on which one it is, it's more so geared toward this microwave society, right? You're swiping and you're it's all based off of what you see, the appearance of how people present themselves, what they write about themselves, which may or may not be true. And then when you get past that first barrier of, of communication, well, not even getting to know each other, but just contacting each other and forming some type of bond to where, hey, we need to link up and meet in person. And then you really get to see somebody, feel their energy, and get to know who they really are. Even if they never tell you, you get to feel that. And I think when people feel that, the people that are in tune with that, when they feel that, they kind of back away from it because they know what it's like to be with somebody that they just don't gel with. Um, but like I said, it's today's society is a microwave society. Everybody's looking at everybody else. Everybody's looking online and wanting to. They got relationship goals and this couple is goals, and you know what I'm saying. Like, but they don't really understand the nuance and how intricate relationships are. Like for the most part, it's gonna always be a lot of work. So you're not gonna find somebody that's perfect. Um, I do believe that you can find somebody that's perfect for you. And the person that's perfect for you is the person that's willing to put in as much or more work than you will into the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it boils down to. As we get older, I think that we understand what's important in life. It's not the things that we found important when we were younger, the things that were glitter and gold. It's not that. It's more so like who gonna be there next to me when I'm old? Who gonna support me and help me when I can't get around? Like who's gonna be that crutch for me if and when I need it? And everybody's not built like that. At the first sign of trouble, people are getting up and running. So it is tough out there in the dating world, and I wish to never re-enter it. And if I do, good Lord, I don't know what would happen. I don't know what would happen because it sucks. It really sucks. My clients, I talk to them day in and day out, and my heart goes out to them because they don't know what to do. They talk about these date naps. They talk about how guys just want sex, and I mean, every guy wants sex. That's I tell them that.
Part of the
That's
game.
yeah, that's part of it, you know. But they
That's part
just
of the
want
game.
sex, you know. They really just kind of running through people, and I have to let them know that I let them know how guys are, how we are, how we're built when we get to a certain level. Um, at a certain level, you become this man that understands that he has this value. He has value, and we, if he's smart, he knows that it's 2 million more women in the world than well in the United States than men. So y'all heavily outnumber us. So the odds are in our favor, you know, to find somebody that's for us versus y'all finding somebody for y'all, and we understand that. So what we do is we're what I call front loaded. We're very front loaded. We're gonna give you everything and show you everything that you possibly could get from us up front. And then once we reel you in and you buy into it, then we back off and we figure out if we want to keep you or not. That's what we do. And that's what men do, and that's what women keep running into, that same cycle and pattern. It's the same thing every time because we front loaded. We trying to show you, we trying to win you over quick because we know everybody else is trying to win you over. So we're gonna try to win you over quick, and then we pull back and decide if we want to keep you. So that's the game, and that's how it goes. And I think people understand that, and they just playing it dirty. So
My thing is, okay, every man wants sex, but do
yeah,
men realize every woman wants attention? Like it's the same thing. So
mm,
like y'all could reel a woman in for I mean for that, but once you get that, but like you're going to the next woman, but that same next woman wants attention. Like you're just going to the next ball game. So it's
yeah,
like she's gonna want the same exact thing that you just left the last woman that wanted. So
yeah,
you're back to the same ball game. You're playing the same game. You're just replaying the same game.
yeah. And I think at that level they don't really care. They in it for the moments. You know, they're not in it for longevity. Because if you're looking for a valuable woman, you're not like you understand that in adult relationships, sex comes with that. So that's not something that you're pushing for. You're trying to really get to know who she is, what she adds to your life, you know, how y'all balance out. And those are the important things. He's asking certain questions up front, you know, things that really matter. Like, are we on the same page with kids, finances, future, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Those are the questions you want to know. And then the really smart, manipulative guys, they know to ask those questions because it makes you think that it's really real up front and they are being genuine when they really being disingenuous and they just really trying to get to the sex a lot quicker. So it's really hard to gauge, but how can you gauge it? You know what I'm saying? You can only believe what people give you, you know. So but as far as the attention goes, I don't know. I don't think that attention for me is has never been a problem. So if my woman wants attention, great, cool. You know, who else am I giving it to? But I don't think that well, when you only have 100% and you divided it up between 20 people, you can only give them 5%. You know what I'm saying? So you are 5% of his 100, but you giving him 100% of your 100. You see what I'm saying? So you starving for attention because he's only giving you 5%, but you giving him 100. And it's like you're
Mm-hmm.
pouring everything into him and you're empty and he only giving you 5%. So you really just not even quenching your thirst, you know what I'm saying? And then you steady pouring into him and you only got 5%. You know, so it sucks, but that's how it is. Um, my advice to people is to stay really in tune with yourself because if you're in tune with yourself and your spirit and you understand what it is that you need, what you're looking for, your own value, you're not chasing anything, you know, you're not looking for love and all that stuff and in somebody, but the love that you deserve. I think that you're you waste you don't waste a lot more time. You know, you waste a lot less time because you understand that. All right, you see it coming a mile away. Bye. I'm sorry. It's cool. It was good to meet you and talk to you, but I'm a pass. And you pass on that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
um,
For sure.
that's what I suggest. Really start to love you and make somebody come in and love you more than you love you. And that needs to be the challenge, you know, every day. They need to be trying to outlove you more than you are trying to outlove them. And then that could be the game. And that's the kind of game we want to play. And it is people out here that are trying to play that game because they don't want to go out there and they want to be 40 in the club, you know, like they don't want to, nobody's trying to do that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I
But
feel
go
like
ahead.
I feel like that is why a lot of women have also tried to flip the script and change the game by playing the male's role of, well, I didn't want shit anyway. I just wanted, some D. Now you can be on your merry way. I didn't want nothing
Yeah.
anyway. So, they get into these uh like these dominant roles, and then now the men are like, you act so like, basically they're not acting like being feminine, and it's because they're trying to be stronger and not, be in that role of needing a man. So that's a lot what's going on right now. And
Mhm.
now it's just getting flipped. And this is why, because they don't want to feel that way anymore. We're tired of feeling like we're being used and we're waiting for somebody to love us, you know? It's like, fuck that shit. Okay, fine. I just needed some dick. I just needed to, get my act right together, and now I'm good. Bye.
Right.
So to me, that's another huge disconnect. You can't really trust them in these days because they're just usually on to the next one.
No,
As
I
soon as
agree.
you as soon as you as soon as you begin to act like you like them, they start acting different. So like you said, you just have to really love yourself and not give them that time or energy. I was basically on the dating apps just really trying to see where the disconnect was, trying to see where guys' heads were at as far as mentally goes. And
Mhm.
as far as I saw, it was just a lot of everybody's just so busy too. Like the schedules are just ridiculous. Nobody could commit to any kind of anything. Like they can't even commit to meeting up, couldn't even commit to having a phone call. Everybody's now on texting. Like you can't even get somebody to call you because they're just like, I'll text you. And it's just like, really, this is what we're gonna do all day? We're gonna have conversations on text? Like, how do I get to feel your vibe? How do I get to know who you are? How do I even know it's you if you're always texting me? So that's another hiccup that I feel like people, the disconnect and the hiccup that's going on right now.
I'm surprised that you had that experience. I'm very surprised
Oh
that.
yeah. I mean, it's through a screen. Nobody can feel a vibe through a screen. So yeah,
But
for
still, we're very visual, you know, oriented creatures, and you're like prototype, you know, of what guys go for. So I am surprised that you experienced.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They see a dozen pictures a day, a million pictures a day on those apps. They're just like you said. This is all it is. And I see a million pictures, and this is all it is as well. Like you don't know who's real, who's fake a lot of the time too. So it's just a crazy world out there today, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, how does anybody even meet anymore, because you don't have time. We're getting older, a lot of us, and you don't have time to go to the bars and clubs. Some people do. I mean, some people have that laid back life. I used to live that life where I was always meeting people, but I'm just not in that lifestyle anymore. So I'm just constantly at work. So the time is not there for me. So, I mean, if I want to meet somebody, I do have to, like, go out of my way to do that. So I tried it. I mean, I did meet some people, but overall, it's a no for me. But, I might have to get out there and try something different for the future, but I'm not
Oh,
really out there looking like you said. I'm just all about myself, but I do like to see what's going on from time to time. So, I'm curious, like in your sessions with people, what is the main concern?
uh, dying alone. That's their
Dying alone?
yeah. And I
Really?
mean that sucks. You know, that's for men and women. I have sessions with men that feel the same way. They feel like they'll never find anybody. They feel like they've been out there and they trying to be the good guy and good guys finish last, and there is some truth to that, because just like when we reel y'all in and y'all in, we kind of just decide when, if we're gonna keep y'all or not. It's like if we show y'all that we are that we like you more than you like us, y'all start to pull back, and it's like,
I was just saying that before you came on.
well, yeah. What you say? What
That
you
is
say?
such a like I don't know where that came from. Like I don't know where that came. You know what? I don't know where that came from, but I feel like that's for like certain women. Like I personally I'm like waited for the guy that shows me that page. Like,
Right.
where are those guys? Because if that guy shows himself to me, like he's winning. Like if I can find a guy that shows himself 100% like, oh yeah, I'm into her and just like lets all the cards fall, like I know he's not playing, he's for real, he's putting everything out on the table and I'm like, okay, you're really not playing. Like you're for real, for real. Like I got your bank account, I got your keys, I got everything, I got your pass. Like you're not playing. Oh, okay. He's for like you got me 100%. But it's the ones that just always holding something back that I gotta worry about. Like you always got some secret or something up your sleeve that I gotta worry about. Those are the ones. Those are the ones that don't get me completely. But the ones that put their cards all on the table, I'm good. So I
Well,
don't understand why guys feel like that. Like what women warp their heads because there are women out there that are waiting for that shit.
so I'll say, and this is just anecdotal evidence, but I don't. Well, from what I've seen and with my clients and even my friends, I have a friend. He's my age, almost 40. Um, no kids. He got his degree. He's a eligible bachelor. Good looking guy, like 6'4", strong. Played football in college. He's a good guy. He's straight up and down good guy. Single, and he wants a family. Like he's been looking for it ever since I had kids. He always wanted a family, but it's like he keeps running into everything but. So when I hear it's people like you that exist, and then it's people like him, and they keep missing each other somehow, it's crazy to me. So when I ask detailed questions, so I would ask you, it's like, what does that? Well, you answered a lot of it. You was like, you give me 100%. Share everything, don't hold any secrets. Then they got you pretty much. I think that's fair. But I'm wondering, like, what? Nobody's done that ever. Nobody's giving you that,
No. I
really.
mean, it happened a long time ago. It happened when I was young and I didn't know because I was so young. I thought it was weird that this guy was doing everything for me. And I was like, you're weird. What's wrong with you? You love me too much. What's wrong? And so like I ran from it because I didn't know. And now that I'm older, I'm like, dang, I fucked up, because now I see that he was like everything. But when you're young, you don't know. I didn't experience enough guys to know that, like, oh, damn, So that was. I feel like now, like that's my punishment because I should have recognized what I had.
Well, so that's, and forgive yourself for that. You was young, but that's the answer to your question. You said, where are these women coming from? They all have that mentality right there. Like, he doing too much. Like they have that mentality. They could be 40 with that same mentality. It doesn't. It don't matter how old you are. It's where you are mentally. And how you elevated and grown there and evolved there. A lot of people haven't. I'll use my own mom as an example, and she's a doctor. She's very educated and all that, but she had me at 16, right? It's some instances when she'll talk, you'll hear a 16-year-old talking to you, even though she's 56. You'll hear a 16-year-old talking to you because that trauma, when she had to stop growing, like she had to stop growing with her age and start surviving at that age. You know what I'm saying? And once you get into survival mode, you stop evolving. You just learn how to make it and not die. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are living in survival mode and they can't get out of that mode. So when you bring them something that's more than that, they don't know how to handle it. It seems it's overwhelming. It's too much to them. You know, and when you give a woman that you see the potential in her, but she don't see the potential in her. So when you give her so much, she like, what's wrong with him? Like you did when you was young. You see what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
it could be a 40-year-old doing the same thing because they never experienced that. They just been surviving. And they may have a kid or two or three or five, and they don't understand why this guy will still love them that way. You know, they just can't get it. So it has to be something wrong. And instead of it being something right, they rather default to something wrong. You see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it's a lot of people dealing with trauma and they are triggered easily. And once they trigger, it's easy to default back to the safe space. You know what I'm saying? And the safe space is I'm going to survive, and that's what I know I can do. You know, I'm not going to look over this ledge because I might fall over. You know, I'm not going to jump because it might not be a safety net. They're not going to do that. They're not going to take those chances. They rather survive because they know they can do that. And it's a comfort in that. But I tell people all the time, who are my clients, it's no growth in comfort. You know, it's no growth. And
Mhm.
if you want to stay
Yeah.
comfortable your whole life, that's cool. You can be comfortable your whole life, but you're gonna stay the same your whole life. And that sucks because we only get one, as far as we know, you know. So eh, that's a lot what's going on. They had that young you mentality where you was like, no, you know, and now you see it. Some of them evolve to that where they like, dang, I should have kept, you know, and then if you get it again, you recognize it. But a lot of them don't. And that's the problem. And we see it quick. Like we'll talk to a woman and it's just certain things she'll say. It's certain things that she'll do, how she'll act, how she responds, how she carries herself. And we'll be like, all right, this was fun. It wasn't fun. So I'm, you know, I'm done with the situation, and that's how it goes. And guys, they don't waste time because we the ones spending all our money. You know, oh shoot, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just
Yeah.
hold on.
It was just it was just overwhelming for me at that time. I was young and it was just overwhelming. I was just, like, wow, like this guy is just overwhelming. Just he's just a lot. It was a lot to take in with somebody just always catering to your every move and just I love you. I love you so much. It's just like, at a young age it's a lot to deal with because you're just, you know, no guys are like that at such a young age. So I guess
How
those are
old were
the ones that get married. So probably I should have just been with it. But
you?
yeah,
Nah. How old were you?
it was like 18, 18, 19.
So that is young. So he was doing the right things. How old was he?
About the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So yeah.
he had his shit together, let me tell you. He had his shit together and I just was not used to it, and
He
I was
had
just
like
caught
both
off
parents
guard.
and stuff growing up.
Huh?
And he had both parents growing up.
Um, I believe so. He was from a faster paced city. He was from New York, so New Jersey. So
Oh,
he was ahead of his time, and he just had his shit together. And I just wasn't ready. I just didn't know what I was dealing with. I just didn't know, So it was a lesson learned, And I feel like a lot of times because it's the same with I feel like I see that a lot when people have kids. It
right.
seems like when you have a good father, you always have the bad mom, and then sometimes you have the good mom, they have the bad father. It's always like a mixed match, and I feel like it's because there's some kind of lesson learned there has to be some kind of lesson learned right there. So maybe that's just what it is. I don't know of why people don't meet up all the time. Like there's some lesson that has to be learned.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's always lessons to be learned. But that guy, he saw the potential in you. He knew what you would be, and Yeah.
Oh
I'm sure he's
well.
probably like married now and
Doug Wilson, if you're out there, I'm still here.
Doug, holla at him, man.
Yeah, holler at me. He's probably married now. It's all good. Yeah.
No, but you're right. Go ahead.
You can still hook me up with your single homeboy. I'm single still, out here.
I will let him know because that's so. Why would you honestly your honest take about yourself? Why would you say you're single? And not because you don't have time, and not because all the guys suck.
Why am I single?
Why are they not? Why are they not
Man, I get
choosing?
asked this question so much. Oh Lord, you're putting me on the spot right now. Oof. Um. Uh. Shit. That's such a hard question to answer. I feel like I'm single because it's not my time. I
Mm,
also asked the universe not to bring me anybody until I had my shit together because I didn't want to be with anybody until I had my shit together. Which is just about now that I've gotten my shit together. I wanted to be able to bring something to the table when I met my better half. I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to, be like feel like they were bringing on any weight, like they have to carry me in any kind of way. So that was one of the things. So with that, I was just, like I'm at that space now. I wanted to, be in a space of where I felt like I was, mentally healed. So whenever the universe felt like I was mentally healed, I want, don't bring me anybody till you feel like I'm mentally healed, So all of those things is, you know, like I said, it's timing. Like, don't bring me anyone till you feel like the timing is right for me. I don't know when that timing is going to be. I don't know when whenever you feel like the timing is right, because I feel like that's what it is anyway. Like this is a journey for all of us, and we've picked our journey before we even came into this world. So obviously I picked this journey. I picked being single up until this time. Everything I've chosen has been predestined. So I'm single because I chose to be single up until this time. So all I can do is ride it out, at this point. So if I'm single up until the day I die, I chose that. I
mm.
chose to be. That's why when you said like people fear dying alone, I do not. If that's what I chose,
Really?
that's what I chose. I'll ride it to the day I die. I mean, I would rather die alone and not put any pain on anybody else. I don't want anybody to be sad when I die. I don't want anybody to be around when I die, really, because I don't want to bring that sadness on anybody. So
Well, it's only and I respect that, but it's only sad because of what you meant to him in his lifetime. You see what I'm saying? And you do want to mean something to people, and I know I can see it in you. Like you mean a lot to the people that are close to you, whoever that is. You mean something to them, So you can't avoid that part. But having, I think, with somebody like you, and it's a lot of women like you that have that mentality like, hey, I'm ready, you deserve to couple with somebody that is also ready and do the things in life together that we're meant to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that I don't think we were meant to be here alone, I just don't believe that. I don't The universe is not even made that way. Everything is paired and that's just how it works. So I think that your time is, and I do believe that you pick your path, before you get here. But I also believe that during your time here, you choose which way you go. You choose the routes, like your life path number. I don't know if you know what your life path number is, but
3.
you're three, I'm a four. Yeah. Um, so you're a three, I'm a four. That means that it's things that we have to achieve to complete this life cycle. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
to do that, you make those choices. So you can either expedite it or you can slow it down. And maybe your soul won't complete that while you're here, and then the next time it will. But you can do it while you're here. It's just the choices you make and being aware and, proactive with that and doing all that stuff. But I
Mhm.
think that it would be a shame if you died alone. I think that you would bring somebody immense value because you're aware of who you are, where you've been, and where you're trying to go, and that for a man, I don't know how supportive you are or if you get on people's nerves, nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? But
A little bit of
but
both.
that's fair. But I think that any man would appreciate that. So I am gonna tell my friend about you. But for the
All
other
right.
women that are watching, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope because I don't like hope though. I don't like the word hope. I don't
Don't
like
lose
it.
faith.
Faith and hope are same. They the same. Uh, they both mean waiting. You know, they both mean wait, like wait until it's supposed to happen. And it's
Believe.
well, so it's two different type of people in the world. You got reactive and proactive,
Mhm.
and I'd rather you be proactive. I always want to be the person that's proactive. The reactive people, they hope, they have faith,
I
and they
feel you.
wait.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
So
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Be be proactive about everything that you want. Be intentional
Hmm.
about everything
Hmm.
that you want. And when you just said that, I think I finally got my stuff together, and I think I'm ready now. Uh, I feel like everything you ready for and everything you just told yourself you ready for is gonna flood into you, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, either I was really ready or maybe I wasn't ready. You're gonna push back, but you have that power. I feel it. I can feel it. I'm an empath, so I feel it deeply. Yeah, so you know,
Uh-oh.
you know about it clearly. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
what, what is that?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I said, oh, because I did not know you feel me then. That's what's
Yeah,
up. Awesome.
yeah, yeah. I can feel it, and that's why I know because you could be just lip service, but I feel it. I feel your soul. So I know that what you're saying
Aw.
is real, right?
Awesome.
You said, but for everybody else, I don't know y'all. I haven't, but I
Yeah.
think that just be really intentional about what you want. Understand that if you play the game, you can lose every game. So don't play the game. Just go out and be everything that you want. And when I say that, I mean, like if you want somebody that's going to be loving and caring, you have to be a loving and caring person because
Mhm.
a loving and caring person will recognize that in you. You see what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
they feel it because they are a loving and caring person. They'll see it. It happens like that's how the universe works. You put yourself in position to be around other people that's just like you. And don't be fooled. You will attract everything. That's the
Mhm.
nature of the beast. But you
Mhm.
have to have discernment. Discernment is important. That's why I said being in tune with yourself is the most important because if you're in tune with yourself and you loving yourself more than
Mhm.
anybody can love you, and you will naturally gain that
Right.
discernment
That.
and be like, sorry, not for me. And you'll be graceful about it. It's like "Mm, I'm sorry, but maybe and you just shoo them away and keep it moving, and you won't think twice about it, and they won't be like, she this and that. They just be like, hey, that's a nice woman. They'll feel that, and that's the kind of person you want to be, and it, man, it'll take no time. I'm blown away by the fact that you just single and out there like this. So it's
That
crazy
I what? You're blown
that
away
you
that what?
single.
Oh.
That you,
Well, I
yeah, you
mean,
single.
it's all part of the journey. Like, you have to correct yourself. You have to be the best version of yourself in order to attract what you want. And a lot of that takes time, and I feel like you know, the devil is in the details as well. Like, you can't want somebody who, um, I don't know, you can't want somebody who's like even organized and you're hella disorganized, you know, like you gotta be organized as well. You gotta get yourself in that mind frame in order to attract that. And it's those little things, all that adds up. And so, you know, it's just, I've been a work in progress, and so, you know, all that took time. So that's why I know, you know, it's been a journey for me. So I'm sure that whoever's out there for me, it's been a journey for them. And so, you know, the universe has to prep them as well as it's been prepping me. So that's honestly why I think I've been single. And I just keep the door open to let the universe know that I haven't stopped, you know, wanting that, but I'm not looking for it.
Intention. So you can say you want something, but if your actions are not geared towards it, it's probably not gonna happen. And you'll even if you say you want it and your actions are not geared toward it, you'll miss it. It could be that
Exactly.
guy could walk right past you, and you you miss him. And wouldn't think twice about it. So I think that if that's what you want, you gotta go get it. You know.
Exactly. So what do you say to the people who are that sit at home and kind of just don't go anywhere but pray for the person to be brought to them?
Uh, uh,
And don't
faith
go
without
anywhere but to work and home. I mean, how do you feel like that's, I mean, I don't
so
want to like, I'm not trying to step on religion or anything like that, but I mean, how is it possible that you could, you know, I mean, I get it. The mailman, you'll see the mailman and maybe the grocery store man, but like let's be honest, if you're looking for the man of your dreams, like the possibilities are like what? One in what? Like how like what would you suggest to them? Because I feel like a lot of people don't make moves and they're swearing up and down that somebody's going to be brought to them, and I'm just like, but how? You don't go anywhere. You don't put yourself out there in any form or fashion, and Facebook is not it. You gotta at least
uh,
go somewhere.
Facebook is it for some people, but I would tell them because I'm not religious. I'm more spiritual. That's just me. I don't care to be confined by one set of principles.
Same.
I feel like God that made everybody. So
Right.
that's just where I'm at with that. But I was raised Christian, and in that faith, even in that faith, it says faith without works is dead. So you can be as faithful as you want to be and pray as much as you want. If you ain't doing nothing about it, you're not gonna get delivered what you're praying for. That's like, so I'm gonna win this lottery. You never play. You
Mm-hmm.
can have the numbers if you never play.
Right.
You're never gonna win. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So um, it's again, it's a comfort thing. You're not. You have to put yourself in position to be a prospect, and it may not be a thing. I've never been an outgoing person. I've never been I'm really an introvert, unless it's like it's a control setting where I know the people are there, for me and that type of thing, then I'm great in that kind of setting. But other than that, I'm in the back, I'm fly on the wall type of guy. I know I'm not ever the center of attention. I don't again the empath thing, I feel all those energies. So I don't want to be around that stuff. I think a lot of people are that way. Um and they feel like to get noticed that they have to be the center of attention type person, or they got to be the Instagram girl and model and stuff like that. But that's not the truth. You really just have to get active in doing things that you like to do, and it's gonna be other people doing things that they like to do, and you'll meet those people doing the things that y'all like to do. You see what I'm saying? And it may not be everything. It could be just that one thing, but at least you have something in common and there's something there. And even if it's a Facebook group, that's specific to something, or I don't know. it'd be so many catfishes and stuff online, and
For
you
real.
can just be who you really want to be, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. So I would say be cautious, you know, but just live your life the way you want to live it until you can find a companion to live it with you. You know what I'm saying? Do your best at living your life the way you want to live it, is what
Follow
I
some
would say.
passions.
Yeah, that's perfect. Cause look, so let's say you like to
Paint.
paint. You like to paint. You're going I would you're probably gonna meet somebody, you're more likely to meet somebody that's interested in you at the art store, you know, while y'all out buying supplies, than you being on Facebook and scrolling down looking at your timeline.
Or going to
Because
some sip and paint class.
yeah, look at that. And but see, that's usually a date place. So ain't nobody going there by themselves.
We'll go to a single sip and greets, paint and greets place. There you go.
You know what? I might create that. I think
There you
I
go.
might create that.
There you go. See? There you
But
go.
yeah, so something like that. And you should do that in Vegas. You should do that
Yeah.
in Vegas. Yeah,
Paint and
because
greet date
that
night.
would be a thing.
Or paint and greet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. People would they would flock to that, you know, because typically those sip paints is for a date, you know. But if it's specified to be single, then people gonna show up. A lot
Right.
more people to show up because it's
Right.
like let's see who there, you know.
Right.
So,
And there's something to
but
do. Yeah.
yeah, it's an entertainment element to it, and I think everybody could appreciate that. So great idea.
Sure.
Um,
Got it.
but get active. That's all I can say is get active, doing what you want to do. I wouldn't say put yourself out there in an uncomfortable position to where it's not you,
Mm-hmm.
because people feel that too. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they know you in uncharted territory, and most people, most men will take advantage of you. Um, they know how to play the game. They know how to get what they want.
Mm-hmm.
They know that you're passionate about what you want, and if you're that passionate about it, it's easier for them to get what they want and then push you back to your passion by yourself. You know, and I hate to see that happen to people. I hate to see it happen to men and women, and it happens every day. You know, so I would say just live your life the way that you want to live it. Understand yourself. That's so important. Like understand who you are inside and out, and then start moving in that space. You know, moving in that vein. And I think that everything that you want will come to you. Like you just, I'm telling you, everything that you said when you like, I'm ready, it's gonna fall down on you. And you're gonna tell me about it, and I'm like, see, I told you, because you open the door to it, you know. But your actions gotta be like, if this guy at the grocery store, if say you always order your groceries, and then this one time you go to the grocery store and this guy comes up and you like, and he talking to you, he's nice, seemingly a nice guy. Like, don't brush him off. Just see what he's talking about, you know. And then you find out that it's not what it is. Don't cut it off from every other guy you meet at the grocery store. Just like that guy wasn't it, you know. I think we get traumatized by bad. Well, I know we get traumatized by bad situations that we've been through, and we try to avoid those at all costs. But by doing that, we cut off a lot of potential that could actually work out for us. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's hard, and all you really trying to achieve is balance.
Mm-hmm.
Because I heard you say earlier that you was like, I gotta, if I'm not organized and and I'm looking for somebody that's organized, and you know I gotta get organized. That's not necessarily true. You can get with somebody that's very organized, and you be on this end of the spectrum of unorganized, and it balances out. You see what I'm saying? Because what you're really good at, they might not be really good at. As long as it balances out, the relationship will work, you know. And eventually, just by y'all being together, you'll naturally get better at organization, and they'll be more patient with you, you know, and they'll get better at whatever it was that they wasn't as good at. And, you know, it'll balance itself out. And as long as y'all keep that communication, because that's so important, and that love for each other, it's going to work out. That's just how it works. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
It's all good. Yeah, I just don't want to be too messy for, nobody. I can't be messy. I gotta be somewhat organized so they don't be like, what the hell? Oh hell no. That's all. But I
Okay, then.
do I do appreciate you coming on with us tonight and giving us your sound advice. It has been absolutely amazing to hear from you. So I do appreciate that. We're gonna close out anyway. I know you. I'm not using his platform. He's used to. He's already let me know that guy. So excuse the mishaps here, but we're gonna let you go. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us your input on everything, your perspectives. It's so much appreciated. So much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. This is Dr. Love. If you guys ever want to get in touch with him, you can find him at where can we?
And Dr. Good on Instagram, and you can put the Love Doctor on Instagram as well, and Sammy Bill on Facebook. So yeah.
Awesome. And there you have it. Till next time, guys. All for love, love for all. See you all later. Bye.